Exercise is good for you, apparently. And my cardiologist kept telling me, like, just walk half an hour a day. But again, firstly, I was always afraid of overdoing it. And I kept thinking, they've told me half an hour a day. Doesn't sound too hard, but I feel so exhausted after 10. Wait, are we sure I'm not overdoing it? But then when I do go for walks, exercise to me was getting your heart rate up. So I could walk and walk and walk like I used to do with the full ovals, no issue, and still feel like I hadn't exercised. Like I'd feel it when I got back home, but I wouldn't feel it until I got back home. It's always that sense of how far you walk, double it, because you'll have to walk that back. But I realized there's a place half an hour away that I can walk to that is exactly half an hour, so I know I've done the thing my cardiologist asked me to do. And that way, when I feel tired at the end of it, I go, good, I have completed the exact thing they asked me. And I've done that every day. And yeah, I got COVID there for a week, so I couldn't do it during that. But somehow it stuck. Like, I got COVID, I stopped for a week, I sat down, I did nothing. And then I got back up and I kept going. And that's always been the hardest part, is I come up with all these schemes of, I'm gonna do such and such to sleep better, and I'm gonna take melatonin, I'm gonna go to bed at this time, I'm gonna get up at this time, and I have it all perfectly routined out, and then sleep in, get up late, and forget. So I come up with all sorts of plans, and then they don't go to plan, and then I go, okay, that plan didn't work, go different plan. But I've always had trouble just recovering and continuing the plan. Like, I was getting up really early for a while there, 7:30 in the morning, and felt a lot better, like using 4-act structure theory on my actual day. And then I had half an hour to wake up, and then 8 to 12, 12 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 12 again. It just mathematically worked like 4-act structure in my mind. It was just so much easier to plan things when I could see the time and say, it's 9 o'clock. That means I'm 1 hour into my first 4-hour bracket. And then I just kept sleeping in and forgot. So somehow I managed to keep up with the exercise and keep up with the YouTube and film these in advance. Like scheduling and organization and regular exercise, actually doing well. And I still fear that if I exercise too much, if I overdo it somehow, because I don't know what my triggers are. We've never figured it out. And people will come at me with all sorts of theories. Trust me, I've heard them all. Stop it. Like, you're not going to find a new one. I've literally done like the apps and things. And even the apps have no consistency, no clue. The best I've found is heat. Like, I was sitting under a heater once and I got a migraine, and then I got 2 from being overheated after that. So it all sort of tracks that too much exercise would overheat me, not drinking enough. But at the end of the day, a Jovi is what works. Just medication that numbs the pain when it comes. And in the meantime, it can't hurt to get all the other stuff right. Because I think even if exercise was somehow causing the migraines, it was only because I was so unfit to begin with that exercise was so difficult, and because it was difficult, it was exhausting. And being exhausted can cause migraines. So it's easy to do things, get sick, and think, well, that thing made me sick, stop doing all the things. And before I know it, I've dropped everything, and I'm too afraid to do anything at all, because what if it causes a migraine? And I tell you, with the exercise and the Jovi, all that stuff has become a little less scary. I'm still paranoid about what causes them. It's like someone following you with a shotgun, and they're not going to tell you when the shotgun's going to go off. But you're going to lose your day, several days, your week. You're going to lose time because some arbitrary shotgun's going to go, yeah, today's the day. And the best part is I usually do a bike exercise test, and I get dizzy on those, so I don't like doing those. I tend to avoid those. And the best part about it is I often have to do bike tests where, like an exercise test, you're on a bike for only 8 minutes. And I used to ride bikes fine, but they make you go uphill which I struggle with. Even on my walk, it's completely downhill, except for now, as I'm going uphill to stay outside to keep recording this. But on the exercise test, I get really exhausted and dizzy, and I don't like treadmills for that reason. And again, I feel like the exercise test itself is too much. I feel like I'm overdoing it by doing the exercise test. Usually when I do the test, they say to me, we want you to do at least 8 minutes. And towards the 6-7 minute mark, they'll push and say, no, keep going. Oh God. Yeah, walking uphill does it so quickly. So usually around that 6 to 7 mark, I am completely exhausted. My legs are actually burning. I feel dizzy. I want to get off the thing. And so I've always felt like I failed the exercise test. And then thought, well, I have a heart condition, so... And that usually is a reason. But as they said, I should be able to do at least 8 minutes. The last one I did, after doing this exercise for a couple of weeks, I managed 9 minutes. The first minute, they did have me just sit there to work out my resting levels, but that means I still managed 8 minutes. So, I actually have evidence that this exercise wasn't just for nothing, because every time I walk, I feel tired, and I think, shouldn't it energize me? It feels like it's just taking something away. And then I'm meant to walk again the next day, and I'm still tired. So that maybe I should take a break after exercising. And then I take a break for 3 days and forget. And I could never figure out how much exercise was necessary. And sure, they say half an hour, but I'd walk for 15 and be like, that feels like enough. Or I'd walk for 45 and go, yeah, but my heart rate didn't go up. So it still feels like it wasn't enough. And to actually manage that test and say that regular exercise, even though your legs still hurt, even though you feel dehydrated and tired afterwards, that is making a difference. You went from feeling dizzy at 7 minutes to only stopping at 9 because your legs hurt. And then they taught me a magic trick, which I can't believe none of them ever mentioned before. When they turn off the uphill section, you need to keep pedaling, because it lets the blood rush to your legs and not your head. And after that, I felt absolutely fine. So it's not treadmills that make me dizzy, it's that no one ever told me that before. I jump straight off the thing and collapse. So yeah, exercise going well, organization going well. Keeping up with YouTube means keeping myself accountable, remembering that the week has gone by and it's time to do something again. Not too much time passes before I'm reminded to do something. I don't usually walk back, I tram back. I do the half an hour down. Are you serious? Bird flying at low level. There are cars. That bird flew at face height, straight across. Keeping up with YouTube has helped. It gives me somewhere to put my thoughts that aren't just inside my brain, because inside my brain they get all jumbled up and it becomes very difficult to manage basic tasks. Whereas doing this reminds me that the week has passed, the time has passed, but I haven't done anything in a bit. I am usually terrified to plan things because I might get a migraine and have to cancel anyway. I felt very unreliable. And I still feel that way a little bit. But hopefully the next time I fall off, I can even watch these back myself and remember that, hey, that exercise was working. You should keep doing that. That I was keeping up a weekly schedule. These videos are just a good reminder to myself that I can do things regularly. It's just hard for my brain to remember to do all of them at once. To most people, it's I feel thirsty, I will drink. I feel hungry, I will eat. I feel sleepy, I will sleep. My body just goes, I feel a bunch of stuff at once, and I don't know what any of it wants, and headache this, and I don't know what that wants either, and I'm just meant to guess. And even if I guess correctly, I'm meant to remember to do that every day for the rest of my life, on top of all the other every day for the rest of my life stuff. I made a maintenance chart, and it's 3 pages long. And they're basic things I think everyone has to remember to do. But at the end of the day, I have kept up my exercise. And in order to record this video against all the car noise, I have done twice the walk I usually do. But yeah, point is, exercise works. Here's some other videos. Please watch them. This is work. People who think art isn't work, it's work. Look at me tired. I'm gonna go home and edit some videos now. Woo. Bye.